so many goddamn crumpets, is gonna be a crump-pocalypse.
So, most of this box is concert tickets. And I have more again. So this one's for Lady Gaga, one of the best concerts I've ever been to. This is for Black Eyed Peas, one of the best I've ever been to. This is another one for Lady Gaga. This is another one for Lady Gaga. And this one is another one for Lady Gaga. I've been to every concert she's had since she came to Ireland. This is for The Human Body, which was amazing. This one's for Ellie Goulding recently. And this one again is Black Eyed Peas, because I went twice. I have about 30, 40 more of these. I just didn't want to bore you with them. This, however, is my favourite and the best, and it's quite sad to see this actually, but this is when I went to see Joan Rivers in Brighton, and as I showed you earlier on, I met her. She was a lovely, lovely person, and she signed this ticket for me. This is the last ever tour she did. She never did a tour after this. When we were talking to her in person, she said to me, "You might as well get a signature because I'm probably going to die soon after this." Now, she didn't die soon after, but she never did a live show tour ever after this. So it actually was, in fact, her last tour. Funny enough, she said it'd be worth a lot of money. It really is, but I will never sell it. So it just means way too much to me. This is when we got the waterboat from Lipari to Milazzo. This is when we were on Lipari, a tiny little island in the middle of nowhere. It's the most gorgeous island I've ever been in my life, the most relaxing thing ever. In a hotel by ourselves, when no one else was there, because we were kind of offbeat. But we got scorching weather while we were there. There was a hot bath that came straight from the mountains, so the water wasn't even heated. It was a hot spring basically, and of course beaches, and it was the most fabulous thing I've ever had. So I kept my waterboat ticket for that, so I can remember. Then this is from Rome. This is my ticket into the Colosseum and all the other things. And this is from Rome as well. Sorry, the metro that I use as well. I have about 6 million metro tickets, little tickets I can't remember where I ever went. This is hilarious because me and Nicole started drawing. So we draw Silly Willies, which was meant to be like a bar, and it says, "Come inside me, boys." This again is the horrible shit we do. And then we made the inside, which is a dick wearing weird shit that is stripping on a pole in the middle of the club where other dicks are getting wet watching. Yeah, I did say that. So moving on quickly from that, these are little notes that I made to myself last year? No, the year before last year, I think. And what it was meant to be, I never finished it, but what it was meant to be was, it was meant to be that I would look back at the end of the year, this is when I started getting hindsight, and I'd be like, the year was great. That is where one of my drawings came from. My friend drew it on a post-it and I really liked it, so I drew it again and I showed you earlier on. That's where that came from. Then this one has on it, they're just little writing notes, the rest of these, so I'm not going to show you them. But once I booked a flight in Manchester, I asked a guy out that I liked, because at the time I was single, got a job at Urchcon. They were all things I did that year. Started my own blog site, which I'm still running. Bought a website that was for my blog. Got 7 firsts in college, and that was my first year, which I was very happy about. I had Adam confide in me. I'm not going to say who Adam is, but that was a big deal because I was the only one confided in, and I like being the only one confided in because I don't tell people and stuff like that. Amsterdam was amazing. I bought Final Fantasy 13-3. I love Final Fantasy, so that was worth the memory. I changed my style a little bit, which I have. I booked a flight to Cologne, which was Gamescom. I went, loved it. I told a certain person, I put the name in, but I'm not going to say it, to cop on and stood up for myself about it. And stand up for myself more was then another one. And starting to enjoy Single Life and myself, because at start I did not like Single Life and myself. I have done millions of things since then, but that's because I never finished them, I never did it. So, without further ado, the other things that I don't have here are just like, I've saved stuff from weddings I've been to, the meals of weddings, I know it's sad. I've saved other quotes from friends, maybe friends that I'm not friends with anymore and I actually don't particularly like. I still save them, they're still part of my memories. There's other stuff I don't take out that, you know, remind me of kind of worse times and stuff like that. But there's still memories, and I will eventually take them out. And I will look back on the day when I'm ready to look back on stuff like that. There's a whole nother box just full of stuff, but most of it is train tickets and flight tickets and stuff like that. I also have a big, huge map of the world, and I've crossed off every country I've been on it. And then I have another map where I've just crossed off every area I've been in every country. I've been to Hungary, I've been to Austria, I've been to Poland, I've been to Germany, I've been to Netherlands, I've been Ireland, obviously, England, Mexico, Egypt, Portugal, Spain, Croatia, so many different places. And then this summer I'm going to Bali, so I'll be in Indonesia, and then I'm planning Japan and China the year after. So I've been a lot of places. There's even more that I can't remember, it's just too much. That is my favourite thing to do, and that's what the other box is full of. It's full of all those. These two also mean a lot to me. This one is from my ex from 9 years ago. Says I love you this much, but he's all scraggly and stuff. His name is Scribbles. Actually no, he's not Scribbles. Yes he is. Sorry, Scribbles. Don't know why he scribbles. Don't know why. Just his hair's scribbly, and I don't know. I just call him Scribbles. He means a lot to me. Nothing to do with my ex anymore. I just do it pretend. And then this is from my current boyfriend Sean, and his name is Patches. There's a patch here, there's a patch there, and Preston's off. And Patches is always cute. So that's that. So they are my two teddies. Now I have about 7 million teddies, but these are the two main ones. So we finally come to the last part. Sorry that there's been three parts. Trying to remember in my head and keep it all in. But yes, so the last bit I'm going through is mostly travel. There's a few other little bits that kind of got mixed in because I keep these off down in another separate one. It all looks like junk. It does, but it's not, I promise you. So I'll start off with, I showed you some maps in the last one of Rome and Madrid, and that was kind of the start of the whole thing. So I might as well continue on that. And I'm going to go and show you, obviously I had stuff from Egypt, I showed you stuff from Mexico. Stuff from Egypt is more kind of antiques and stuff, so I didn't, they're in like this little cabinet thing, so I am not taking them out. But this was for Vienna. So you can see when I went to Vienna, everything I marked on there and everything went to the cinema. Only place I didn't do was this guy here. I did the whole rest of the city. I had about 3 hours to run around the city, because I decided I wanted to go to the zoo and I wanted to see pandas. So that took up hours because we saw pandas, koalas, polar bears, loads of mad kind of stuff that you never get to see in Ireland anymore. You used to be able to in Ireland to see polar bears, not anymore. This was, I'm trying to look by the map. This is Krakow. So this is a small little mini map. This is the main area of Krakow, obviously. It's called the plant area, because obviously goes over that. And this is where the castle is, which there's supposed to be a big dragon there. And the fairy tale behind Krakow is that the dragon came, ate all the people and all the food, and got so big that it got really fat and blew up. And that's why he doesn't exist anymore. So yep, I went seeing absolutely everything there. Didn't miss a single thing. Those two holidays were great. I loved them. Vienna, I was kind of disappointed because everyone kept going on about it, but I went to Budapest, as you saw in one of my previous videos, and that was my favourite place ever, and it was absolutely amazing. And as you can see, there's a lot more to see in Budapest, and it stretches so much further. That's the best area, I think, which is Buda, because it's up on the hill, and Pest is how they pronounce it, and that's the bottom, and it's all flat land. So it's mountains over here, and flat land over this side. And I saw absolutely every single thing in here, because I just loved it so much. But I had it 4 or 5 days there, so I got to see the whole lot of that. And same with Krakow, we had a few days there as well. Krakow, I also got to see Auschwitz, and I got to do the salt mines, so I got to do loads of stuff there. So these are the little niggly bits that I have. This is one of the tram tickets for Krakow. I always keep little memorabilia like this because I just remember where I've been and stuff like that. This was a meal me and my partner had, and this was in Vulcano. This is when I went to Sicily. And Vulcano is an island where you can go on mud baths, and it's not very touristy. And we were staying on an island called Lipari, and it was about 20 minutes out from here. You got a boat over, and we were in the hotel. It was only me and my partner. And we had a hot spring in the garden and everything. We got free breakfast. It was just amazing, and it was so safe. As in, they just left the place open all night. And it was never thinner, and it was absolutely lovely. So I always remember that. This was also from Sicily. Just trying to remember what part of Sicily. This is just the gallery of Sicily, so it's the overall. Saw that. I can't remember exactly where that was, but I can't even remember what was in it. I don't know why I still have it, but anyway. Bon Viaggio. This is from Milazzo. This was basically a ticket to get us from one area to the other area to get to the islands, because the islands were actually kind of out in the middle of nowhere and it was quite hard to get there. Let's see what else we have. This was my first meal at Milazzo, and it was absolutely gorgeous. The sun was baking, and we had margarita pizzas because they were gorgeous with just water and coffee. And that was a lovely meal, so I kept that. I'm very sad about that. This is a guy called Darren McDade, founder and designer of A Beads Seized Art. He does basically beaded video game artwork. It's quite cool. He was at ArtCon when I ran it, and he's pretty much at most of the conventions you go to, so you probably know him. If you don't, check him out, it's pretty cool. This is Tengu. This is Yamamori in Dublin. This is one of my favourite places to eat at. It's absolutely gorgeous, and the only place that does proper Japanese food really. There are other places, but this is by far the best. Excuse me. Just trying to remember where this one is from. This was a museum I went to. Can't figure out where exactly it was. It's Italian, but it doesn't tell me where on it, unfortunately. Nope, so we'll skip that. Info tours. These are the people that I went to a tour with Auschwitz and Salt Mines with. There is a load of them, but if you get the ones that are out by themselves rather than ones with big giant desks, like there's real lavish ones and there's real not lavish. The not lavish is better. It's actually cheaper and has the exact same service. There's no difference because it's all regulated by the government. So if you ever happen to be in Krakow and you want to go to Auschwitz or you want to go to Salt Mines, use info tours, but find them on the street and find them not in the touristy areas and not the big, because they have big stations set with them and stuff like that, and then they've got small little huts in the random middle of nowhere. Go for them, they're a lot cheaper. You'll save like 10-15 euro easily. And they can be quite expensive, like they can be 80 euro per person. We got ours for I think it was something like 22 euro each, so just be very careful. But just in case you're over there. But I just remember them, so if they ever go back. This was my ticket from London to Brighton. Brighton is gorgeous and amazing, really loved it. I went to see Joan Rivers there, and that's where I met her and got my signature that I showed you previously. This is my train ticket that was to there because I'm excited. This is for Saba in town. It is Thai food. It's amazing, one of the best places in the whole of town for food. And that was one of the first proper places that me and my partner went for food. And it was gorgeous and I really love it. And we go there quite a lot now. So I kept that card to remember. I know, I'm sentimental. I'm a retard really. And this is for Budapest. This is the metro system. So there's nothing really explanational there. Just like to keep it. And this was the Salt Mine ticket. As you can see there. It says mine route and it says Salt Mine just so that was my ticket to the Salt Mines. It was absolutely breathtaking, and you can get bath salts in a tubs, like huge tubs for like €1, so it's ridiculous, but it's well worth going seeing. Let me see, this is for, I think this is, yes, this is Germany. And the only place I've been in Germany is Cologne. I have been to Austria as well, but I don't think it's from Austria. I think it's for, Yeah, no, that's for Cologne. So that was when I was in Cologne, and it was just a metro kind of overland ticket. This is from when I was in Venice, and this is for the water boats that take you around. And this was the ticket you used. It's so old, it's starting to fall apart. But the water boats are amazing. They're very, very kind of all over the place, but it's still amazing. This is for Skinflint in Town, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you know. I love Skinflint, it's really nice as well. It's very hipster, so I fit right in. But it's also cool because it's a playing card, so I thought it was deadly. It's hipstery and it's cool, so I just decided to keep. When I was in Krakow, sorry if I'm going too fast, I just need to rush through this. When I was in Krakow, I did In the Realm of the Dragon, which had basically Chinese, Japanese, cultured stuff. It had robes, it had just tons and tons and tons of stuff. That was great, and I really wanted to see it. I missed it in Ireland, and then when I arrived over there, it was there. So then I got, obviously, that's my ticket. That was the little booklet that tells you everything in it, and I got myself a little bookmark because I really liked it and I thought it was amazing. This I'm pretty sure is going to be in the videos of one of my upcoming videos this week as well. I'm not 100% sure, I think it is, but I might have accidentally deleted it. I hope I didn't, but hopefully it'll be there. This is This is to Krakow, and oh yes, this was a little church in Krakow, and basically in this church there was a whole lot of buried priests and popes that were all Polish in this little room. You will see that as well, and that's in the videos, and it has all the names of the people on the back and the years they wore and stuff like that. It was in there. That was a lovely little thing. This is the little guidebook you get for Auschwitz and the salt mines and stuff like that, and how you can get there and how you can get back, or you can do transport around or see other parts of the thing and stuff. So there's not really enough, but for me it means an awful lot. This is another card that I got from my other half, but because I love San Francisco, and San Francisco was on it. And originally we were actually meant to go to San Francisco this August coming, but instead we're going to Bali, and we're going to trek all over and everywhere, and we're going for 2 weeks. So instead of that, but it was a nice fun. Let me see, where am I? So much stuff. This was when I was in Vienna, and this is my ticket to Mozart's house. I went and saw it. My other half was not interested at all, but I went and saw it. It was lovely. It was really amazing. I'm more interested in Mozart's personal life and everything that went on and stuff like that. I'm not so much into the music. I'm not saying I'm not into it, but it's not like my own favourite. And this actually had a lot about him. It wasn't as much to do with the music. It did have a little bit. So I actually really enjoyed that. This was This was also in Cologne. I'm not sure what it was for. I think it was for a train, possibly the one from the airport. I can't remember, but that's Cologne as well. And putting things in the wrong place. And let me see. Oh yeah, this is just our receipt for our hotel in Krakow, so there's nothing important in that either. That's all boring. This was my ticket to the zoo in Vienna, where I got to see the pandas. They are amazing. I will have them in the video, but unfortunately I accidentally deleted some videos, which was actually the videos of the pandas moving around. So the only video and photos that I have of the pandas is them sitting and not moving. So unfortunately you won't get to see them running around doing stuff, but you'll have that at least. And this was Budapest. Oh yes, this was Budapest, and this was for my spa day that we went on, and we were there for 2 hours. You had 6 or 7 different heat pools, you had a wave pool, you had a sauna, you had a steam room, you got a full body half an hour massage, and it was like €25, so which was ridiculous because you can't get that here. So that was my little ticket for that, because that was an amazing day. Then this is a guide that is literally given to you when you get to anywhere in Budapest, and it's the City of Spas. It is amazing. This is actually the spa we went to, which is the most well-known spa. It is highly luxurious and amazing looking. and just ridiculous. I'll see if I can find any more photos of it. That's another photo of it there. That's the main pool, which is just a normal pool. There's nothing really to it. Yeah, the rest are all the different baths, unfortunately, but it was absolutely amazing. And obviously I used that for everything. So let me see. This is, oh yes, this is the opera house, theatre. Sorry, not the theatre. I do have an opera as well. This was the theatre house that I went to go see. We didn't see any theatre because there was so much to do and we just did not get time to do it. We went inside and had a look around. It was lovely, and I'm nearly sure that's in the video as well. But yeah, we didn't get to see any of the shows, unfortunately. So, but we are almost there, I promise. This was my massage appointment card, and this was who I had and all that kind of thing, and what it was, and blah blah blah. So I like to keep that because quite nice. This was my train ticket from Budapest to. This was Budapest to Vienna. This was my train ticket for Budapest to Vienna, which was great. Cost 8,999 Hungarian florins, I'm going to say, but wrong, and just call them Huff, which I think was about 18 euros, something like that, so it wasn't too much at all. And that was nothing. This was, these guys are everywhere over Budapest. They're on every little side street in every single place, and you can get coffee, but they're all like kind of dainty, nice little places. I'm nearly sure that's going to be in my video. It might be a picture, so it might not be in there, but I will probably do a picture video of the whole holiday all together, so you can get a bit more kind of information on everything I was doing as well. And this was obviously from Mozart's house. I don't think I can show you. Oh, there's a little map here. This is basically what I walked and what I did. So as you can see, there was actually a good few floors, and you got to see quite a lot rather than just a little. That's my Budapest ticket. I've already shown you something like that. And now that's fine. Let's see what this is. This is Starbucks in Vienna. Go figure, we have to do something normal when you're abroad. Better than going to an Irish bar. And this was a place that we had a meal in, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And they also like delivered to home and stuff like that, but it was actually nice, and I thought the menu was lovely, so that's quite fun. This is Café Central, and this was in Vienna as well. This is one of the most famous cafe places in the whole of Vienna. It actually is the most famous place. It is extremely luxurious. I'm really sure again I have any pictures, but I might have video, could be in the video coming up. But this is just what we got, and that's the receipt from there, because it's the fanciest, basically 5-star cafe as they think. And this is again Vienna with the zoo and stuff like that, and just all the animals that are in and stuff. But I won't bore you with that because that will waste more time. This is the opera one, which is very similar to the theatre one, so you can see why I got confused. We went and we did the opera tour, but again we didn't go see an opera, and the main reason was because we were just doing so much. As you can tell, I'm going through all this, and it's like Budapest, 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 Budapest. And when you watch the videos, it's Vienna and Krakow in one video, but it's Budapest in its own video. It's like 20 minutes, an hour. So there's so much to do in Budapest that you can't fit it all in. You'd need a week and a half to get everything done at least. So we've gone through that, and gone through that. This was a metro bus for Madrid from years ago, and kept that because I always keep little bits just to remember places I've been for that. This was for Cologne, and this was our bus tickets. Me and my best friend Nicole were there, so that was our bus tickets to there. And that's let's see. Flight ticket, you don't need to know about that because I'm showing you everything else already. No, sorry guys, I have to change a bit because my leg is going dead. Entrance ticket. This was the underground kind of caverns, where apparently Count Dracula was held captive in Budapest, and there was a lot of waxwork and wax figures and stuff like that there, so that was kind of cool. 1,500 Huff, I think it was something like 4 or 5 euro, or something incredibly ridiculous as usual as that. This is This is the art museum in Budapest. This is where I saw another Japanese show that I missed, which was the Terracotta Warriors, and that was in here, and that was really, really cool. And I'm glad I got to see that, because again, I missed that one in Dublin too. So I got a lot of Asian stuff while I was there. Downstairs everybody went through. Trail finders, that's in there because this is the guy I always use for trail finders. He always finds the best stuff and everything, so it's better off using him. This is the restaurant we ate in at the river in Budapest, and it was gorgeous. It was really, really nice, so that was lovely. And there's very few left. So that was from ice cream in Budapest. Don't know why I have that. Some of this stuff I'm kind of like, why did I keep it? I do not know. That's nothing. This was when I went from Taormina to Catania, and this was in Sicily when I trekked as well last year. I actually have a lot of videos and photos of that, I still think. If I do, I might actually create a video on that as well and put it up, but I'm not sure. I might have lost it all when my computer died, unfortunately. But we shall see. I definitely have the pictures, I know that, but the videos is the problem. That's more spa baths. You don't need to see that. You've seen that. There's like 7 million different bloody things in here. And that's my ticket for the zoo and my map for the zoo, which you've seen all that. Then that's Budapest again. This was a ticket for Catania, and this was basically the trains and buses we were getting around. €1 for 90 minutes, I think it is, something like that. It was great, it was really good, so that was very handy. And Budapest again. This was using Budapest again, and it was the carts. You see it in the video, I go up and you can kind of see the whole thing, whatever. And this was my ticket to go there. And this was, yes, my ticket for the church, the VIP kind of roof terrace extra, and the museum as well. Again in Budapest, up near the place that kind of looks like a Game of Thrones set. It was amazing. Like literally, you could just set up Game of Thrones there, and you wouldn't even know any difference. You wouldn't need to do anything. And nope, that's nothing. Don't know what that's there for. That's just rubbish. And this was nope, that's nothing. This is a subway ticket for, again, Budapest, but this was because we went out in the piss with a load of people, and I barely remember getting home because the drink was so cheap, and I just remember getting the subway and heading home. So I thought I'd keep this. It's you can never tell what memories it's gonna be that you remember, but and that's nothing as well. And finally, I've got 3 more things. This is another ticket that's randomly in here for Ellie Goulding with Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. It was only Ellie Goulding I was really going for, and it was amazing as usual. This is my pay slip, just to make sure there is nothing on that you can nick. This is my pay slip, and it was for Vikings, and it was my last pay slip, so I kept that as well until this year. Woo! And finally, you all know this, especially because most of you watch me, but this is my Irish YouTubers Creators Day, and I was yellow for comedy. Barely nobody was comedy. I know this video is not very funny, but I do have comedy. And that was the agenda on the back, and that was the day, and that was one of the best days for YouTube ever. And I've met so many people since this. I've hung around with so many people since this, and this really, really pushed me on my channel to do what I do. So, with all that being said, that is finally the end of my life in a box. So I hope you found out lots of interesting things about me, or something we have in common or whatever. But I would like to set up a hashtag, my life in a box, and I would like you guys to go out and make your videos, and show us your life in a box. Obviously, don't show us all your really personal stuff. We all have stuff we don't want people to know, or we all have stuff that we want to keep safe because people can come to our houses, unfortunately. So, but do make your own video. I would love to see what you guys have and what your guys' memories are and what it means most to you. Obviously, to me, you can see it's travel, and funny enough, education, even though I didn't think so. And creativity. I always love to create and explore and express myself in some shape or form, and I have a lot of that in all this video. You can see that, and that is me. That's pretty much who I am, and it's quite funny because I know that, but now when I look back at the videos and I look back at this video, I'm kind of going, Jesus, I have done quite a lot, and you haven't seen everything. That's literally just the smaller bits and some of the stuff that's easier to show and easier to do and stuff like that. So with that being said, I shall bid you farewell and hopefully get to see more videos. But this is the end of my life in a box, so I hope you enjoyed it. I will put it in a playlist so you can watch it all together. But guys, please leave me a comment if you're going to do your own, or else just use the hashtag MyLifeInABox and I will find you everywhere and anywhere. Except for Facebook, because you can't find hashtags on Facebook. What is the point use them on Facebook if you can't find them? Anyway, Twitter at least, and Instagram, you can find us there. So, adios amigos, and bye bye brochachos.
Ready, aim, fire.